Hi guys, Mike back again with part 3 of the Dead Man's Hand video log. In this video we're going to take a look at the buildings. I picked up 2 buildings with my initial kind of purchases, a small one and a larger one. So I built the small one and we'll just have a look and see what it's like. So made and designed in the UK by a company called Foreground, who I'd not heard of before, but they've got a website and they make terrain and buildings for different gaming systems. All really nice. I mean, it professes to be precision cut, and it really is. It is fantastic. You get a full colour instruction sheet, really, going through all the steps, which is really useful. What you need to build these kits are wood glue. I like to use this Titebond stuff. It's got a really quick grab, quicker than the white PVA I find. And it's strong, really strong. So I mean, I picked this up from my local model shop. It's got a yellow. It is a yellow glue, but it does actually dry clear. So there's no kind of unsightly yellow lines and stuff. Yellow dried glue in the joints and things that you can see. So I like the Titebond. It's pretty good. I apply it with a brush. I decant some into a container and then apply it with a brush onto all the edges, so it's quite neat. I don't kind of go from the glue onto the model because that's just going to waste glue and make a mess. So I do that. And the only other tools you need, as you might be able to see in this picture here, are some rubber bands, some strong rubber bands, to kind of pull everything together, and some spring clamps, these little ones. I picked these up in a pound shop. I got 4 for £1 in the pound shop. So, you know, you can't go wrong, can you really? So that's that. So that's all you need to build these models. You don't need to do anything else with them. You don't need to file them. They come out of the sprues brilliantly. Possibly you might need a modelling knife just to get things out of the sprue, but from my experience with this model at least, everything just pops out. Nothing. It's all really well done. So full colour instructions. Obviously this building is pre-painted as well, so you don't need to bother with painting the building, and it looks really good. I mean, obviously in this example they're using pegs there to secure it, which you could use obviously quite easily. And then we've got an interior, and it goes through the steps of building the windows and the doors. Lots of little bits to make the doors. The interior doors are glued in place, but the exterior doors, they swing, they open. Then you've got the instructions of how to make the veranda on the front, and the steps, two-step steps, and then you've got your boardwalk sections. And then you've got your sub base, which I spoke about in the first video. So this raises the whole model off the ground and makes it level with these boardwalk sections. So I'll show you that now. There's a little hatch trapdoor in the roof, which you model in. And then there's some underside stuff on the roof. And then you've got your stuff for your frontage, your signage at the front. And it tells you where to glue and where not to glue. And that's it basically. So that's really fantastic instructions. Some of it is slightly mislabeled on the next building I'm doing. Some of the parts are mislabeled, but it's quite obvious. Once you've built the first one, I'd recommend, if you're going to get into this, get a small building first and just build the small building. So if you do end up messing it up, it's not the end of the world, because I mean these small ones are £18, and you can get them slightly cheaper at your local game store if they have them. I use Firestorm Games in Cardiff, so you get this small building for £16.20, and for a punt, for something just to build of an evening, I think £16's not bad. And if you mess it up, it's not the end of the world. So once you've built one, with the larger buildings, you kind of know what you're expecting, you know, and they all kind of go together the same. So that'd be my recommendation. So the building itself, here it is. I'm really pleased with it. So we've got the front and the veranda. I mean, the detail is fantastic. I really like it. There's the door, which works obviously, swings out both ways. You've got your windows, framed windows, and this veranda, which is all nicely detailed and painted. And the sides of the building, the wood. 2 windows at the back. You do get an option to have a boarded up window, but I decided to go for the main windows. There's the other side. There's the underside of the building, obviously laser cut. And then on the interior of the building itself, so you've got obviously floorboards and the interior wall panelling, the wood panelling in the walls. I've got some kind of messy fingerprints. This is me, messy fingerprints here, gluing it in, because quite a lot of black residue comes off the laser cut wood. So, but I figured it just makes it kind of, you know, stained wall, I suppose, in the Old West. So I'm all right with that. So this door, the interior door, is glued into place. There's no hinges or anything for that. So that's glued in. And then we get, as your sub base, so these raise it off the ground, and you'll notice these little pegs. So you've got your sub base, and then your building fits onto the sub base to raise it off the floor. And then you get these boardwalk sections. So really simple to put together, and you can kind of slide them under to make boardwalks. And all of these buildings raise off at the same level, and all the boardwalks are the same level, so you can have like a whole boardwalk, you know, piece of terrain, which I'm planning on doing. So you just get this one bit of boardwalk, and then you get some steps. So you've got some steps then to step up to the shop, or whatever this is going to be. Actually, I'll tell you what this is going to be now, but we'll get into that in a sec. And then we've got some small steps there, so you don't glue any of these, so you can just keep them free and put them wherever you like when you set up your terrain. So that's the boardwalks. So they're really cool. It's just really well thought out for the money. I think it's brilliant. And then we got the roof. So let's move that a second. There's the roof, the working trapdoor. The underside there, which looks really nice. And then your frontage there, which is nicely orange. And your kind of pitched roof slightly. So, and then we got roof goes on. Again, you've got the pegs, the peg system. So roof goes on, and then on this front veranda, there's a sloped roof as well, and it advises you not to glue it on, because it kind of interferes with the roof here. So that's side street building number 3 from Dead Man's Hand. So I'm really chuffed with it, really pleased. I'm on Main Street building 1 now at the moment. I'm building that, which is a little bit more intricate, but it's the same sort of stuff really. It's same sort of size building, but there's 2 floors, and you get some stairs, side access and stuff. It's really good, but I'll show you that when I finished it. So on the Great Escape Games website as well, there's some printouts for the frontage. So these front signage sections are different on all the buildings, and they've made some signs that you can print off and cut out and stick on. So these are a few. So obviously the Undertaker is a sign for this building, but they actually do a big Undertaker's building, so I'm not going to have this as an Undertaker. So there's those ones. So the only other one that fits this, which I like, is the Gunsmith. Making many cool since 1858. I think that's cool. So I'm going to cut this out and have this building. So this building is going to be my Gunsmith. So I quite like that. So, and then I mean, in the future you can get all sorts of little furniture and workbenches and stuff to kind of make it more realistic. So that's me. That's Dead Man's Hand. That's the 3rd update, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.